That's a lot of green. My goodness. Wow. Did I tell you or what? Are you paying attention to what's going on, people? It's a Wheat Stocks Gold Rush! Look at this! Are you kidding me? Do you think I need to look at anything else? My goodness! EMMBF up 30% on my list. Who's watching? I need to know who's profiting, because if you're watching, you know you're winning. Come on, people. And get this. You can buy HMMJ in America. We're going to show you how. My goodness. Like, the green gold rush, the medical marijuana gold rush is upon us, people. Right here, live on YouTube, we have identified as a community a team, a dream team of winners, which I told you guys first. And since Wednesday, we have had a historic run for the ages. Do you guys see the green? If you are buying the Fab 17,
Are you listening?
the only thing you need to buy is the Fab 17, people. I have told you that since Wednesday. And then people come up to me and they're telling me they're buying other stuff. Oh my goodness. But why? But why? When you got the Fab 17 all in the green. Let's talk about it, okay? So HMMJ, which I became a part of today. I am now a holder of the Fab 17, because if you buy HMMJ, you too are a holder of the Fab 17. And you can buy it in America. Can you believe it? It's true. So we got HMMJ, and what does it do today? After going up 7% last week, and I said Canadian companies were conservative, we don't like to go up a lot, we don't like to go up fast. Well, I saw this bad boy shoot up to 11.39. I had to get some, and I did. Only small, 315 shares, but now I own a piece of the Fab 17 because HMMJ is the Fab 16. So if you have HMMJ, you have all of the Fab 16, which makes HMMJ the Fab 17. Now, I also hold Canopy Growth Corp, because today I sold Supreme Pharmaceuticals. Now, hey, don't get you wrong. I like Supreme Pharmaceuticals. I just wanted to sell this so I could get into this. So now I have all of this, and I feel great about it. And I heard you can actually get into HMMJ if you buy through Scottrade. So apparently, if you buy through Scottrade, you can actually own HMMJ in America. So if you're looking to have a piece of the Fabulous 17, Now is the time because it is going up. It has just hit 1180, people. Let's take a look at this. This is just historic. And we've just hit 3 cents. Wow, this is incredible. All the MJ stocks are on fire. There is a marijuana stocks gold rush happening right now, people. And you guys need to wake up and realize what is happening. This is a run for the ages. This is historic. This is absolutely historic. Guys, did I not call UBQU when it was at 2 cents? We just hit 3 cents, up 25% today. A medical marijuana company that's actually making money. Traded 15 million shares, up 25%. And what do we do when we find winners, people? And I told you guys when this was at 2 cents to book it. And I told you guys this was a winner. I told you guys to book it. Did you book it? That is the question I have for you people at home. Did you book your winnings? All the marijuana stocks are on fire, and why do you think that's happening? Give it up for UBQU. Told you guys in the room it's going to hit 3 cents, and it did. This is level 2, people, through Investors Hub. We are live on YouTube bringing you guys winners every day in real time. And guess what? HMMJ is now up 9.2% and climbing. This puppy here has the Fab 16. And if you buy it too, you can have the Fab 17. Look at that chart. That's just winning. Let's take a look at some of the Fab 16. ZYNE. Didn't I talk about this on Friday? And it was at $20. Yep, it's true. It just hit $24.99. Shall we see it hit 25, people? Live on Rich TV? Do you think it could possibly hit 25? What do you think at home? Up 12.9% at $24.93. Live on YouTube. My goodness, all this winning, it's contagious. Why do I love the Fab 17? What is it about the Fab 17 that I love? Why are these companies so exciting? Take a look at MGWFF, the only company left in the Fab 16 that is under $1. It's true. So if you want to get in to a company, look at this chart. This is just a thing of beauty. This is absolutely beautiful. Understand, when people are buying the ETF, it's helping these stocks. The ETF is helping these stocks. These stocks individually are helping the ETF. This is the dream team that has been assembled. It is a winning team. Here's the bad boy I've been talking about every single day. If you guys are watching, I know you're winning. This is the marijuana stocks gold rush, people. And these are the winners. People keep coming up to me, Rich, what do I buy? And I say, are you watching? My goodness, people, I can't tell you what to buy. And I can't tell you what to sell. That would be illegal. But what I can do is I can give you the winners. And you guys can draw your own conclusions. Because, man, let me tell you, OGRMF, have I not been talking about this every single day? And it just continues to go up every single day. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So my question is, who's watching? Who exactly is taking advantage of this? My goodness, there's so much winning. You know what? I need to talk to someone. There's just so much winning. I don't even know what to do with all this winning. Here's another one for you guys. EMMBF. Are you kidding me? Did I not talk about it on Friday? It's up 31.5%. Guys, this is not just stocks. This is marijuana stocks that are legal that are colliding. And on 420, which is coming very, very soon, people, 10 days away. 420 is coming. We're 10 days away. When 420 hits, what do you think is going to happen with these stocks? These stocks are already on fire, people. Do you not see what is happening here? If you guys are really watching Rich TV Live, I'm bringing you guys gold, but it's green. It's marijuana stocks, people. I mean, these companies are winners. They are 100% winners, each and every one of them. And I'm going to keep bringing them to you guys live every single day because I just don't think you guys are listening. Because if you guys are listening, then you guys are 100% winning. Because how could you not be 100% winning if when I pull up the entire list, every single company is winning? I mean, man. TBQBF up 28%? I don't really need to watch anything else. This is all we need to watch. Why else would we need to watch anything else? I mean, this is absolutely incredible. This is historic. What else in the list is up right now? Well, let's take a look. This is just incredible. TBQBF. Organogram just hit up 10%. Wow. TBQBF. We're gonna go to market close today, people. Take a look at Emerald Health Therapeutics. Are you kidding me? Up 26%? Wow. Oh my goodness. And what do we do with all these winners? You got it, Dan the IT guy. You are a scholar, my friend. With all these winners, we can buy some chicken dinners, can't we? When you're up 26%. And these are all just in the basket of winners that we keep talking about. And you know what? To be honest with you, I don't really want to talk about anything else. I only want to talk about these winners. Are you guys hitting a home run with these winners? My goodness, up 27%. Didn't we talk about it on Friday? Wow. It's incredible what's happening. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what is happening. It's a dream come true. It's changed my life. I'm sure it's changing your life. I want the average person to get off the couch. I want you to go get a trading account. Go to your local bank. Tell them I want to set up a trading account. There is the Fabulous 17, and I want to get myself some of the Fabulous 17. Honestly, I don't even care where the prices are today. These companies are winners, okay? And there are monster companies that are part of this team. So when you have companies like GWPH, and it's at $118 a share, don't you think it helps the other companies to be a part of this team? Don't you think it helps the ETF that is currently at $11.87 and up 9.5% as we speak? Don't you think that the ETF that is currently at $11.87 is being helped by a stock that is at $118 and being helped by a stock that is at $93, which is Scott's Miracle Grow, which is also up today, slightly, but they're both up and they're both huge winners and they're at very high prices. They are driving the ETF, okay? And then when you have stocks like CMMDF that are at 957, that's driving the ETF. That's up 4.5% today. And then you have stocks like Canopy Growth Corp, that's at $7.85, TWMJF, which is currently up 2.66% today, which is good for TWMGF because they've been struggling and they haven't been producing and performing like the rest of the companies that are part of this ETF. Another company that's producing, performing at a very high level today when I look at this is Aurora Cannabis, one that I absolutely love, one that I talked to you guys about on Friday. I talked to you guys about ACBFF. It's up 16% today. Let's take a look at ACBFF. ACBFF. Guys, this is happening because 420 is happening in 10 days, guys. 420 is a catalyst for these stocks. Institutions, large institutions, are really zeroing in on the Fabulous 17. A lot of them are really focused on the Fab 5, which is TWMJF, ACBFF, Aurora Cannabis, OGRMF, Organogram, APHQF, Afira Inc., APH in Canada, and the Kronos Group, PRMCF, which if we pull that up right now, let's take a look at where that's at. PRMCF. Right now, the Kronos Group is up 11.4% at $2.60. I love this company. So identify the winners and really zero in and determine which ones you want to get. I told you guys before, I want to have all 17 of these on my team. And I'm going to start to accumulate the Fab 17. And I'm going to accumulate more and more over time. And that is my goal. And my wish is that we all identify the winners and zero in and really profit and take advantage of this green gold rush that's happening. Because I don't want to be looking at anything that's a sub penny or anything that's really not at this level. Because to be quite frank, it's too risky. And these companies right now, they're driving each other. They are working as a team. They are working as a unit. They are supporting each other. This ETF was a brilliant idea. And whoever's idea it was to do this and whoever did this is a genius. And I have to give it to them because take a look at HMMJF. I mean, look at this chart. This is absolutely beautiful. It's like, who's watching? I mean, how could you not absolutely love this? This is absolutely beautiful. I have to give you the air horn because this is winning, people. This is winning at its finest. And I believe this will continue because a lot of people don't know. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, and if you guys haven't liked this video, and if you guys have anything else you want me to talk about, please let me know what you want to talk about. But I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. These are winners. And they're going to continue to be winners. And they're going to continue to win because people are just learning about them. People don't know. People are coming up to me all the time. Rich, yeah, I was watching your show. What stocks do you think I should buy? Well, how about the Fab 17? I mean, this is the leader. This is the ETF. So if you have this, you have them all. Now, if you can get this and those others, now you get a chance to take advantage of all of this, which is instead of getting 9% growth, you could have 33% growth if you bought EMMBF. Or you can have 28% growth if you bought TBQBF. Or you can have 31% growth if you bought ICCLF. Or you could have 17% growth if you bought MGWFF. And that's just if you bought them on Friday. So I really want you guys to learn to identify the winners, learn to crystallize your thinking, learn to focus. There are a lot of stocks out there. I'm looking for the winners. And when you have a winning plan and you have a winning strategy, you've got an ETF that's protecting all of these stocks. You've got all of these stocks protecting the ETF. So it's similar to football. HMMJ is the quarterback. And all of these stocks here, they're the offensive line. And they're protecting each other because when they protect the quarterback has time to find the wide receiver and to throw that touchdown to Julio Jones, or if you're into real history, Jerry Rice or Des Bryant. You know, if you're the quarterback, you need time to throw that ball. You need time in the pocket. If you're Tom Brady, you need time to find your receiver. Julian Edelman. So this team here, this is a winning team. I don't care if it's 1% or 13% or 30%. Look, they're all in the green. I mean, what other evidence do you need than that? And on Friday, I believe 13 of them were in the green. And on Thursday, if you rewind all the evidence and go back to the other shows, you can see they were all up. And they've been up ever since this ETF was formed and was created. So today, I was lucky enough to be a part of it. And now I'm a member of the HMMJ ETF. However, I'm going to accumulate more. I'm going to continue to accumulate more. And I love it. And I think it has huge potential. And I believe every one of these companies have huge potential. My strategy is I'm going to be looking for the ones that have the most momentum, the ones that are accumulating the fastest, the ones that have, are at the lower prices. If you could see the trend, ICCLF, which is at $1.09, is up 31%. TBQBF, which is at $1.60, is up 25%. EMMBF, which is at $2.48, is up 32%. ACBFF, which is at $2.40, is up 14%. So the ones that are at the lower prices are the ones that are going up the most. MGWFF, which is the lowest out of all the fabulous 17, happens to be at 54 cents, currently up 17.93%, almost 18%. So what everybody's doing is they're looking at this list and saying, which ones do I want to buy? I'll buy the ones at the lower prices. And that's why you're seeing they're going up the fastest. And the ones that are at higher prices, like CMMDF today is up, it's at $9.59. It's up 4.76%. ZYNE is a little bit of an exception at $24.78. It's up 12%. It's an absolute monster. I love this one. And this one right now is chasing GW Pharma. ZYNE is the closest to GW Pharma. HMMJ is chasing GW Pharma. So these are all helping each other. This is a winning team. This is a winning strategy. This is like the dream team. That's what this is. And when you put them all together, they're helping each other. And they're going to continue to help each other directly or indirectly. And I really believe that if you're watching the show, you're winning. And if you're actually paying attention to the details, you will realize that these companies are probably going to continue to go up until 420 for the next 10 days. So there's a great opportunity. This is what we call the marijuana stocks gold rush. And these companies here have huge potential, and we're just in the early stages. We're in the early days of deregulation, of legalization, of this phenomenon, because these are like babies that are just hatching out of the eggs. These are by no means done growing. These companies are all just getting started. And a lot of companies are going to want to participate to be a part of this ETF. And a lot of companies will become a part of this ETF that hit the criteria that HMMJ has set as a standard, which I believe was about I think it was at least 75 million. I don't know if it was in revenue or market cap. So there are criteria and standards to meet in order to join this ETF, in order to join this winning team. And I believe this is a strategy that if we really focus on this and we really continue to talk about it every day, we can start to win and win a lot and win all the time. And that becomes contagious. And winning is fun. And winning creates freedom. And winning also helps you make money. So get off your couch, stop smoking cigarettes, stop drinking so much, stop wasting money on shopping, go out there, get a trading account, okay, and change your life. You don't need to be a grower. You don't need to have a grow up. You don't need to do anything illegal. You don't have to take any of those risks. You can now, today, for the first time in history, invest legally in medical marijuana and get a chance to profit from the growth of these companies without having to deal with any of the stress of the day-to-day dealing with running the operation, dealing with Health Canada, dealing with all the red tape. Now, there's going to be days, guys, get ready, where all of these stocks are down. It's true. There will be a day or days where all of these stocks will be in the red. So just remember, just like right now, they're all in the green because they all have momentum. They're all going up right now. There will be days where they will all be in the red. Those are the days that are creating buying opportunities. So that's why I talk about being a ninja and being a sniper and learning to do the sniper trades. Because if you can learn to do the sniper trades and you can learn to sniper and get in low when it's in the red, buy low, and then sell in the green, that is how you make money trading. You do not make money trading stocks. Now, if you've made the mistake of chasing stocks and losing, don't worry. I've made that mistake myself. I've made that mistake live. And that's why I say you cannot trade stocks with emotion. You need to trade stocks almost like a robot, and you have to learn how to buy low and sell high. And don't be afraid of getting out of stocks, because at the end of the day, you can always buy them again. And sometimes it's not a great idea to buy them again, as you've probably seen me do that too. So buying stocks is like a science. And if you can have a good company to invest in, or companies that you can invest in, and have a good strategy, you can win. But you have to realize that stocks are going to go up and stocks are going to go down. And you should never buy a stock because I told you to. Or you should never buy a stock because I bought a stock. You should buy a stock because you like the stock, because you researched the stock, you did your due diligence, you realized, hey, you know what? This is a company that is undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, and it's a company I really like. You did your due diligence and read their financials to see how much money they have in the bank, how much debt they have on their balance sheet, if the company has a good management. These are all the things you need to do at home, to do your own research, to really identify what are the companies that you like and why, and when you should buy them. I'm going to tell you guys stocks that I'm buying, and I'm going to tell you guys stocks that I'm winning on, and I'm going to tell you guys stocks that I'm losing on. Because at the end of the day, I want to be able to share with you guys the truth, okay? So sometimes I'm going to win, sometimes I'm going to lose. I don't like to sell stocks when they're down, when they're in the red. I'm going to be honest with you. So what I do is when stocks go down, I watch them like a hawk. And then if they continue to go down, what I'll do is when they get to the bottom and they're no longer 100% sell and they turn around, they start having momentum and they start growing, that's when I'll start to accumulate more to lower my average cost. And then once I lower my average cost, at that point in time, typically the stock will be able to go back up and do a run and do a dead cat bounce, at which point in time I will be able to eliminate that stock out of my portfolio. I'll be able to get out of that stock. I'll be able to get my money out of that stock, and then I can then move that money into winners. So you have to have a strategy and you have to have a plan before you buy stocks. And that's why I don't like to put all my money into one stock. I don't like to put all my eggs into one basket. Because if you put all your money into one stock and that stock slows down or it has bad news like NAK did, where they came up with some bad news and the stock plummeted and the company now is being investigated and people are suing it and there's all kinds of attorneys that are being hired. And it's just like a smorgasbord of good and bad things, and it's like good versus evil, and it's colliding, and you have all these things happening. Sometimes you got to get out of those stocks. There's nothing you can do. A stock like that, if I was in that stock, which I didn't buy, but if I did, I would have got out because I knew that there's so much negative stuff happening. You got to find a way to get out because it's going to be a tough battle. Why invest in those when you could be investing in winners that are going on the up and have momentum? They have the big mo. So focus on finding deals that have the big mo. Okay? If you find the deals that have the big mo, you will win. But if you chase the losers, you will lose. What are losers? Companies that are in the sub pennies. Okay? They're in the sub pennies for a reason. Now, yeah, you can win there, and you can win big, and I've won big in the sub pennies too, but I've also lost money in the sub pennies before. So, if you want to involve yourself in the sub penny world, my suggestion is call these companies, get them on Rich TV Live. We'll get them on our show. We'll create some visibility for the companies. We'll interview them. We'll help them get awareness and help them get to the level where these companies are one day. And now you can get some shares in those companies by bringing them onto the show. You can be compensated. You don't have to buy those penny stocks. Why would you? I'm not. I'm buying the Fabulous 17. I've been telling you guys that from the beginning. So please look for winners. Okay, guys? We want to only look for the winners. Now, today's show is the marijuana stocks gold rush. So that's all I want to talk about today. Now, there are more than 17 marijuana stocks that are up today. So if there are any other medical marijuana companies that are up, I would love to know on today's show. If you're in our chat room, please let me know if there's any other stocks that I'm missing in the marijuana gold rush universe that we should be identifying right now for the people at home that want to learn about trading and want to learn about stocks and want to have freedom and want to really, truly get control of their lives and stop having to answer to that dead-end job, that dead-end boss, and really do what they want to do. Stocks can create that freedom for you. And when you're finding winners, and these are all winners, that are all in the green every single day and they have the big mo, why would you really want to focus on anything else when you can really just focus on the winners? Now, I don't have a problem focusing on anything else, but today, for today's show, I want to focus on marijuana stocks, okay? So if there's any other marijuana stocks that I need to talk about, please let me know. If you're in the chat room and you guys have some stocks that I need to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet, I've also talked earlier today about one that I love because they actually make money, and I've been talking about it since it was at 2 cents, guys, and today it hit 3 cents. It's at $2.75 right now. It's up 14.6%. UBQU. I absolutely love this deal because it makes money and it's at 2 cents, guys. And I think this has huge potential. But there's something holding it back. And there's too much dilution in the security. It was up 25%. It just hit 3 cents. And now it's coming back down a little bit. So you have to be careful with these stocks. Make sure you sniper trade it. Buy low and sell high, guys. You always want to make sure you buy low and sell high. That is the secret to success in both trading stocks and in real estate. You have to follow the same rules. You have to follow the same strategies. And if you follow those strategies, you too can win. Anybody can do this, guys. Honestly, anybody can do this. This is not difficult. This is not hard. Now, what I have is I have a list of all the other marijuana stocks that are up today. So take a look, guys, at GRCU. Let's pull it up. What do we do when we find winners? What do we do when we find winners, people? We give recognition. Take a look at GRCU. Up 30%. It's a monster. Green Cures. Are you kidding me? Wow. Also, take a look at ALYI. GR. Let's take a look at it, people. GRCU. Up 29.8%. You know I love it. Another marijuana stock. Part of the Green Rush. Did somebody say Green Rush? My goodness. It's unbelievable. All this winning is contagious. And we're going to start dating, me and you, GRCU. We are now dating. All that winning. GRCU up 29.8%. What else is up? Let's take a look. What marijuana stocks are up today? Oh, you know what? What else is up? I think we need to take a call. Oh my goodness, 21 minutes left in the market. Are you winning? Attila.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I am doing great, my friend. How are you today, my friend?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Positive news in the markets today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, all 17 companies, the Fabulous 16, are all in the green, and HMMJ is in the green again, my friend. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I see that ETF, doing a pretty steady, maybe slow and steady, but let's face it, slow and steady wins the race, right?
Oh,
And,
hell yeah.
I think they're going to be going up pretty steady all the time.
Well,
I
it's
don't
up.
think you're
It's
gonna
up. It's up 9.59. Oh, 9.69% today alone.
Yeah, a lot of the marijuana companies are all up today, and I suspect they'll be even higher up on Thursday, given the latest news that I just heard today.
All right, guys, hold on. Breaking news. Hold on, guys. Breaking news. Listen in, guys. Listen in. All right, Attila, hit us, buddy.
Well, everybody was waiting for this April 10th announcement. We all assumed it was going to be 4/20, which is April 20th, but I had a lot of emails saying that this was going to be announced today. So I don't know. I look at it as they announced the announcement, which is kind of funny in a way. But today is I saw it all over the news that they're going to release the standards for the marijuana on Thursday. So it'll actually be outlined all on Thursday as to how marijuana is going to be implemented into the space now. So I think Thursday will be a very big day. I think institutional investors will probably be jumping all over this. I think a lot of them have just been waiting for this kind of news. Actually, is of course, marijuana being kind of volatile. I think the big players haven't really jumped in with both feet yet, and I think that Thursday could be the day that's going to really kind of start seeing some institutional investors jumping on board.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of articles about huge institutions that are buying marijuana stocks, like huge institutions. In fact, they all are. Let's be quite honest. There's the evidence. The evidence is right behind me on the screen. 16 for 16, 17 for 17. Like, we just hit, HMMJ just hit live on YouTube, $11.90. It opened up at $10.11 on Wednesday. It just hit $11.90. Do you think this is going down?
No, I don't think you're going to see a lot of reversal on that ETF there. I think you're going to see a pretty steady upward climb on that. If it does have kind of a reversal, it'll be very minimal. But I see that ETF just going steadily upwards.
Do you think that this ETF is helping the other 16?
Well, most definitely. I think they're. The ETF is made up of a bunch of the 16, is it not?
It is. So,
so
do you agree that the 16 are actually working now as a unit? And they're helping each other now. They literally are helping each other by being a part of this team. They are now working together. They're all one. And they're actually helping each other. This is why you're seeing them all in the green. This is what's happening. I'm telling you, they are helping each other, and they are working as an incubation for each other. The HMMJ ETF is incubating all 16 of these companies, and all 16 of these companies are incubating HMMJ.
Yep. Good news.
It's incredible.
Nice news to hear.
It's incredible. It's incredible what's happening. And to think that 420 is happening in 10 days, I anticipate that this will continue for the next 10 days. What do you think?
Oh, I sure hope so. I think it's just going to steadily go up there. It might be in smaller increments, but I think like you say, for the next 10 days, I think we're going to see a steady increase on all the marijuana stocks, So,
I mean, we've seen it. It started about a week ago. They were really down, and it's as if these guys took it down, shorted it down to the prices they wanted it, and now they just started buying them all back up.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They did say 2017 was going to be the big year for the marijuana industry. You might see even, not might, I'm almost positive we're going to see a much farther strength for the marijuana stocks this year than we even saw last year. And, let's face it, look at some of these companies. I mean, Canopy Grove started out, it's kind of funny, Rich, I'll tell you. I was looking at it when it was $2. I kicked myself in the ass, but I was looking at it when it was $2 because I jumped in on another marijuana play instead because I felt that the $2 was kind of expensive. But I kicked myself in the ass. Canopy Grove is definitely one of the bigger players, and I see some even more positive news for Canopy Grove too. So they're gonna be the ones that they're the number one. They're the behemoth.
I don't think Canopy Growth is the one to buy right now. I'm totally into right now Organogram, which is on fire, currently up 12% today. I've been talking about it for weeks. It's been on a massive run. It's up almost 100% since I talked about it on the show. I've been talking about ACBFF, which has also been on fire. I think they're both priced right right now. I think those are the ones to buy. I think Emblem Corp, EMMBF, I think is priced right. It's up 30% today. They're all at $2 in America right now. They're all
Wow, Emblem went up 30% today, eh?
32% today. It's up right now as we speak.
Oh,
So
sweet.
these are the ones. These are the ones that I'm really focused on right now. To be quite honest with you, I think these are the ones to buy. I really do. I
Yeah.
don't think Canopy Growth Corp is the one to buy. There's a lot of questions about its ability to be profitable, and I'm concerned about it. To be quite frank, I'm a shareholder, but I'm actually looking to get out, and I'm looking to get into something else. I'm not happy with
Right.
Canopy Growth Corp's growth personally. I think that
Well,
there are better options.
yeah.
That's why I sold.
Yeah,
That's why I sold Supreme Pharmaceuticals. To be honest with you,
did you actually sell Supreme?
I sold Supreme Pharmaceuticals today, and I bought HMMJ because
Oh, okay.
I just don't believe that Supreme is going to grow at the rate that I want it to.
Well, me neither. The news about them not getting their sales license was quite disappointing, for a lot of people. And
I
it
called
really
it.
did set them back quite a bit in the industry. So I think that alone kind of hurt them dramatically,
I called it.
and
$25.
Health Canada, shame on them. I mean, I was talking to John Fowler, the CEO of Supreme, there a couple days ago, and they had their product actually tested for harmful effects, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with their product. And why Health Canada didn't give them, I guess Health Canada's got their nose out of joint because they didn't follow the letter or the template that Health Canada has laid out. They used a nutrient that wasn't certified by or not certified, but one of the nutrients that it wasn't on the list of nutrients that were acceptable as far as Health Canada is concerned. And because they diverted slightly, look how it's affected the company. It set them back, I think, quite a few months there. It takes at least minimum 6 months to get your license once you get that cultivation license, and to get your sale license at 6 months from that time. And if you don't have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, then you're going to be set back again, just like Supreme is a perfect example. And now they're waiting for a light. I don't know what they're waiting for.
I do like Supreme Pharmaceuticals. The thing I don't like about them, and maybe you can shed some light on this, is I don't like the fact that they're on the CNSX.
Well, you know what? There's some big news today about Supreme, and they're actually going on a TSX venture as of May, sometime in May.
Yeah, TSX Venture.
They're uplisting to the TSX Venture.
TSX Venture it's like the next step. It's CNSX, TSX Venture, same thing. I mean, honestly, I honestly don't care for that. I'm more concerned about them getting on the TSX, Toronto Stock Exchange.
Right. Well, that's the ultimate goal, right? And then how long does it take for them? How much time do they got to spend in the ventures before they're uplisted? Before they can uplist again? Do you know what?
It's not about.
Timeline is
No, it's not. It's not about the timeline. It's about their market cap. They have to be a certain market cap.
Okay.
They have to have a certain level of market capitalization to qualify for the TSX. I think it's at least like 500 million. Like you have to be at least like a $500 million company, I believe. Like a $500 million market cap. Because if you look at it, if you look at APH, Afira has about a $500-600 million market cap. Canopy Growth Corp had a $1 billion market cap, and they became the first company that was on the TSX. And then Afira Inc. followed them. They were the second company that was on the TSX, which just happened recently, and they're at like $6 in Canada. So you'd think that Supreme is still a long ways away to be on the TSX.
I would think so. I think you got a little bit of a wait before we can start seeing some like real actual value from Supreme. So
like, don't get me wrong. I bought Supreme at $1.50. I sold it at $1.82 today. I made my money. I was happy. I'm totally happy with the trade. I snipered it. I made my money and I ran. So for me, I'm investing in another medical marijuana ETF that I think has more potential than Supreme does. It's not that I don't think that Supreme is a good company. I will rebuy the stock. I just was right now more interested in buying HMMJ because I believe it's got more growth potential. But I do like Supreme. I like all of the companies in the Fabulous 17. I just liked HMMJ more right now. I just think it has more potential right now because it has companies like GW Pharma a part of it. It has companies like ZYNE a part of it, like huge monsters that are a part of HMMJ, which unfortunately Supreme doesn't. So, and Supreme has issues, which once you told me about their issues, I thought about it and I said, you know what? Let me just take my money and run. I don't want to be involved in any stocks that have issues. I'd just rather not.
Yeah, and every one of these companies have been, they've outlined the perimeters for them to operate within, and Supreme thought that, oh, what's the big deal? We're going to use this nutrient instead of the one that they, that are the nutrients that are on their template that they've given to every marijuana company, and yet it affected them dramatically. And I think myself personally, it was a big mistake, very big mistake. And although Supreme doesn't seem that much of that concerned, and to me, it's a big concern. I mean, if I was the owner of the company,
he's trying to say
somebody's head would have rolled.
Yeah, he's trying to say he's not concerned. Do you honestly believe that for even a second? That is total nonsense.
No, not at all.
That is total nonsense. Of course he believes it. Only a fool wouldn't believe it. How do you not believe that the bad news isn't going to affect you? Like, come on.
Well,
the only reason why his stock is going up is because he's part of the Fabulous 17. It's the only reason.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is the best move. Which is the best move that they made, to be quite frank. Best move they made.
Have absolutely no excuse or reason for their stock to go up, other than the fact that the like you say, the group that they're in, and that's what's bringing them all. That's bringing them all up, right?
Because they don't even have a license right now, right? They still don't.
I know.
They don't even have a license. They don't even have a license. Like a lot of these other companies have licenses. Like ACBFF has a license. Organogram has a license. Emblem has a license. These companies are actually licensed. Supreme isn't even licensed. So
here's one. You know what? I have one here now that you probably might not have heard of. Have you heard of Green Tree Therapeutics?
What's their symbol?
I think it's WRW.
Winston Resources?
That's right. They haven't changed their name yet. These guys have just got a cultivation license.
Okay.
They're out of Prince Edward Island.
Beautiful.
The only marijuana company that's operating out of PEI.
Wow, put it on your radar, guys. Put on your watch list. A new company. Do you know their American listing? American symbol?
There is an American symbol. I don't have it in front of me. I concentrated on, why I concentrate on the Canadian symbol now until I rack up my tax-free savings account, and then I'll start moving, into the American space a little bit. But right now I'm kind of building my tax-free savings account around these stocks, right? So I'm trading through my tax-free savings account.
Very smart. Very smart. You're a smart guy. Smart guy.
Well, I figured I'm gonna max out my TFSA account, and then I'll start moving. Once it out, I'll start investing in a lot more American companies, because I think, I think we've discussed it before. I think there's more opportunity in American markets.
You know what? It's not that I don't. Yeah, it's like it's a catch-22 because all of these companies are in Canada, so it's like the majority of these good medical marijuana stocks right now are in Canada. The one that I would say that is an exception that I really like actually is Kush Bottles. Have you seen that one?
Yes, I've seen Kush, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that company. I think that is actually one of the better companies on the OTCQB. And you guys can see me start dating that live right now. So I really love KSHB. It's at $2.60. And it is one of the bigger ones that is licensed in America to go big. And I know right now they're on the OTCQB, but this is a company that I think should graduate either to the NASDAQ or the Amex or the New York Stock Exchange. I would be looking for this to be one of the next ones that graduate, actually.
Right.
I think it has huge
And
potential. Huge
the big
potential.
hurdle with the American marijuana companies is they're all regulated, so I almost find them to be regulated even more strict than here in Canada, because over here in Canada we're concerned about the health and the effects, on like Health Canada, they're like their go-to response is the safety for the users, the people who are using it, so they want to make sure it's perfectly safe and whatever. But I understand. I read a few articles recently that where Trump is going to loosen the regulations on all, because right now these guys are all regulated. All of these companies in the States are all regulated. They can only operate out of so much space, and that's it. Right now, that's as far as they can go.
Well, the thing I like about Kush bottles is they don't have any of those issues because they're in the bottling and packaging. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's genius,
well,
actually.
You know who I really like
Genius.
When it comes to that is that MJM is Kronos Group.
Kronos Group.
Yeah, well, because they have several licenses, right, under their belt, and they've made they made an acquisition a while ago, and they're going to. I think Kronos Group is going to be. As a matter of fact, there's that Edward Jones investment agency.
Yes.
They have Kronos Group on there. They now offer a bunch of marijuana stocks through Edward Jones, which is unheard of. I went to Edward Jones a year ago, and I mentioned marijuana stocks to them. They weren't even interested in talking about it.
It's funny how people change. It's funny how people change their tune once they realize how you could have pretty much guaranteed winners. I mean,
well, they swear that they only offer quality stocks to their customers and stuff. Well, yeah, marijuana stocks are going to be quality stocks eventually, but a year ago they didn't see the opportunity that they have. But now, as the institutional investors are jumping on board, well, lo and behold, here's Edward Jones offering I think it's 11 or so marijuana companies now, and the one I kind of like because it's cheaper. I like to get them when they're really low. I mean, that American Marijuana Company, MCOA, I think it is MC.
Yeah, I know MCOA. Yeah, yeah, MCOA. I know that one really well.
It's nice and cheap, and that's one of the marijuana companies that Edward Jones is actually offering, and it's the cheapest one. But
Interesting.
you can bet that Edward Jones didn't pick those marijuana companies just out of a hat.
No, well, I mean, this company.
They did their due diligence, right?
This company here, MCOA, one of the reasons why they like MCOA is because it's actually, I believe it's either fully reporting or it's moving to fully reporting status. So that's one of the reasons why they probably like it, because it's actually a fully reporting, fully transparent company, as opposed to a lot of the other ones which are pink sheets. I believe MJ&A is a pink sheet, and MJ&A is at a much higher price. So you have to be careful when you're buying pink sheet companies, because a lot of these pink sheet companies, they're not fully reporting on their financials. They may not be up to date on their audits. They may not be up to date on their taxes. So you have to be careful with a lot of these companies. MCOA is a fully reporting, fully transparent company. So that's why I actually like them as well. And they're one of the companies that I think that you need to watch. I think at around 4 cents, they're pretty good. And you can see that they go up to 8 cents pretty regularly. So you can buy them around 4 cents and sell them around 8 cents. And I think that I think that's another one of the stocks that you can buy here in Canada as well. That's at 4 cents.
Yeah, that's the ideal way to play them too, right? I mean, buy at 4, sell at 8. Wait till it goes down.
Day trade it.
You sell it, hey, wait till it goes down, buy at 4 again, wait till it go up, who knows, maybe it'll go to 9, 10 the next time.
Exactly.
And
it has a very predictable chart. If you look at its chart, it's very predictable, and it goes it's so obvious what it's doing, and you can pretty much see the pattern. It's obvious on MCOA. So I have it on my watch list, and when you see it, you can buy it at 4 cents. You can sell it at 8 cents pretty much like every time. It's very, very predictable.
Right.
Very predictable.
Well, you pull up a 6-month chart or something, you can pretty much almost tell, the activity that's going on, and when, it's a pretty good way to gauge the stock, when to buy, when to sell. So if it's a couple days out or when you buy it, I mean, you just,
Hi, Attila. We almost lost you there, bud. Hello.
I'm not sure what they are.
Oh, sorry. We lost you there for a second, but you're back. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that WRW, Green Tree Therapeutics, they haven't got a license to sell yet, but they have a cultivation license.
Okay.
I don't understand this part here is, they could have been a company that bought this. Somebody could have bought this company in Prince Edward Island, because if you look on, can you pull up a chart on WRW?
Actually, before I do WRW, let's just talk about MCOA for a second, because I just pulled up MCOA's chart. So you could see that they actually went to as high as 13 cents in October, end of October, early November. Then they came down to 4 cents. Then they went back up. Then they went back up to about 8 cents in November, came back down to 4 cents. Then they went back up to 6 cents, came back down to 5, back to 6, down to 4, back to 5, down to 4, back to 8, down to 7, 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 all the way up to 10, back down to 7.5, back to 8, back down to 6, then back to 8, then all the way back down to 5, back up to 6, then back to 4, back to 5, then all the way back up just recently to about 7 cents, and now they've hit this 4 cents again. So this chart is very predictable. If you see this chart, guys, this chart is extremely predictable. That's what I'm talking about. You can literally see a floor that's being created. This is what Attila's talking about, and you can buy it at 4 cents, and every time you see it hit 8 cents, 8 cents, 8 cents, 8 cents, 13 cents, 10 cents, you can sell it. Talking about buying low, selling high. Buying low.
Did that ever go below the 4 cents?
It very rarely goes below 4 cents ever since it's run in October. In October it was in October it was below 4 cents, but we're in April. So, I don't really like to go that far back really when I'm trading. I like to look at 6 months to get an idea, but I really like to really focus more on the last 3 months, because that's kind of where it's trading now. And based on where it's trading right now, it really hasn't been lower than 4 cents.
Well, things have been quite different 6 months ago, right? I mean, the entire space has changed 6 months ago. So, that's pretty good. I'd never go back farther than 6 months. 3 months is a good way to gauge what your stocks are doing if you look at that chart for a 3-month period.
Absolutely. And that's kind of because I do that just because I like to see what is happening right now. You know what I mean? Like what is really happening in the last 3 months, because it's more in real time. You can look at a 6 month, you can look at a 1 year, you can look at a 2 year, but being someone that's worked with a lot of these companies internally, I just know that it's more about what's happening right now, day to day. And that's really what I want our membership to really kind of understand, is what is really happening with these companies today. Because if you look at a company like NAK, that's a company that was a very strong company. It was in the bar chart top 100 all of last year. Went from $1 to over $3, and then news came out that their mine would cost them more to mine it than it would be able to generate in revenue. And then the stock tanked. It started getting lawsuits, and it just became a nightmare. So you have to be mindful of those things, and you need to be able to really identify the winners. And that's what I really want to do, is with our community, identify the winners. And I think we've been very fortunate to have this ETF, because I believe this ETF really put like a bullseye on the winners. That's what I think. And I think that is an incredible tool. I mean, look at the winners, guys. I mean, they're all winners.
Did you think that ETF came out a little bit high on the, I know it's going up, but were you surprised to find it when it IPO'd at like $10 and change?
I personally thought it was going to IPO higher. We just hit 10% up today, guys. It's at $11.92. It's just going to keep climbing. I honestly thought it was going to IPO at $20 or $30. I don't understand how they determined this price.
Really? Well,
Maybe
you know, if
maybe
that's
it
the
was
case,
based
then you know
maybe it
you're
was based
laughing,
on a maybe it was based on an average because a lot of the
right?
stocks are at $1, $2, and then there's one at 118, one at 93, couple at $10, one at $24. So I think maybe they just did an average of it. Um,
Right.
but I believe that it's gonna be 20, $30. I really do. I really do.
Oh yeah. No, it'll
It's
get there.
it's climbing. I mean, it's a monster. I'm so happy I bought it. I bought it earlier today at like 11:39, and now it's at 11:92.
Yeah.
So, and I just bought it
You
at a
know,
market. I just bought it at market because it was going up. So I was like, man, let me just buy it at market because I saw it
sure.
climbing. You know?
Yeah, I don't see it going down, so there's no use. You might as well just buy it at market, right? So
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to trade like that. I like to buy the bid. But you know, it was one of those things where it was going up so fast. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just get in as soon as I can because it's the fourth day in and it's been going up every day. It's up 7% last week, plus this week now 10%. This week today alone up 10%, so it's up 17% since its existence. So I mean that's pretty good for me. 20% gain in 4 days is pretty amazing as far as I'm concerned. I'm very happy with that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm very pleased with it, and I'm pleased with the volume. Because think about it this way, okay? The volume is growing every day. It's traded almost 2 million shares today. 2 million shares at $12? Do the math. That's a lot of money that's gone into the stock.
Yeah.
That's a lot of organic money that's going into the stock.
Sure. For sure.
What's a million what's 2 million shares? What's 2 million shares at $20?
Right. Yeah, a lot of money. 40 million.
That's well not 40 million, but 24 million.
What was it?
2 million.
$2, huh?
2 million shares at $12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
Yeah.
yes, it's
24 million.
$24 million that's gone through the stock today, and that's all buying, people. That's all buying.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
when you
that's
see
a
it's
lot of
going
money.
up, that's $24 million that's gone into this, and a lot of people don't even know. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't even know yet. People don't even know. People are still coming up to me. Yeah, I subscribe to your channel. I love your show. What should I buy? And I'm like, well, you're obviously not watching my show because I'm telling you what I'm buying, and it's going up every day. So I don't
Hey,
really.
Rich, I wanted to ask you. Have you ever heard of this? There's a guy out there who's selling. I think for $100. It's called the marijuana map for millionaires. Marijuana millionaires. Anyways, there's a guy out there who's saying that he knows somebody in the States um, who's got this map of how you should be trading the marijuana stocks, and you know his route seems to be around buying the people who are IPOing and sticking with those kind of companies, when to buy them and when not to buy them, when to sell them. And this guy here apparently tells you, buy and sends you alerts, buy and sell signals for the entire marijuana industry for all the marijuana stocks. And I think there's 230 marijuana stocks or so that we can choose from. But this guy here offers some sort of a roadmap to millionaires for marijuana stocks, right? And if you become a member, I think it's for $100. This guy will send you alerts as to who to buy and when to buy them and when to sell them.
Honestly, I think that we don't need to go anywhere other than our own channel. I think we've identified them. I think it's obvious.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think we honestly need anyone else's advice. I think we are the roadmap. We are the ones that broke HMMJ first. We are the ones that identified the Fabulous 17 and called it the Fabulous 17 first. And we were the ones on Facebook, on YouTube, on all over social media talking about marijuana stocks first. And we've continued to do that ever since our show because that's all I really like to buy because I believe they have the big mo. They have momentum. And the momentum is starting to really continue and it's going to continue to grow and it's going to get stronger and stronger because 420 is coming. It's 10 days away. And I believe there's going to be a climax that's going to occur on 420. And you're going to see that there's going to be a day like this similar to this on 420. I believe I believe that's what's going to happen. I believe that's what you're going to see. A day like today. Today has been incredible. Today's an incredible day for the entire Fabulous 17. They're all in the green.
I hope it's going to be even bigger. I hope that kind of news is going to when it's announced, is going to be even bigger than today. I'm so disappointed with Supreme. And although I do like talk about them, I'm angry more than I am disappointed with them. Because although I still like them, the great thing about Supreme is they want this to be this B2B kind of distributor to supply the other companies, and and as far as recreational too, whoever gets into that recreational space, whether it be Shoppers Drug Mart or the liquor store or whatever it is, whatever means they choose, I think that's when they're really going to start shining, is because they don't, they're putting all their energy into this one space. They're not trying to do dabs, or they're not doing extracts or oils or anything. They're doing the dried marijuana, right? And so they're kind of sticking to that. Do you have any idea how many one of these extracting machines costs for the oils?
I have no idea. Why don't you tell me? Do you have an idea?
I think the number is like $250,000 for one of these machines.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
and that's why I say I'd rather just buy the stocks than get involved in the day-to-day operations of running these companies. Why do that when you can just buy the stocks? We've got a perfect plan here. We got a perfect dream team of stocks that we've identified that are all going up every day. Why else do we need to really look anywhere else? This is the best time to be buying marijuana stocks right now. This is the weed stocks gold rush of 2017. On April 10th, 2017, all 17 companies in the Fab 17 are in the green. This is a popcorn moment. This is, get your popcorn ready day. This is Richmas right here. When I see all the stocks in the green, honestly, I get so excited because there's really nothing else to really focus on. Yeah, there's other stocks that are up, but these are going up every day. Right now, they have tons of momentum. And I honestly don't think there's anything else to even talk about, anything else to focus on. And I think we've been able to find the hottest ones in the universe today. And I don't think that buying IPOs is the way to go, because I would rather just wait until they go public, because you can buy them after they go public and you can just watch them and you can sniper trade them. Because if you look at Emblem, they came public and they went immediately down.
Really? Is that right, eh?
That is true, because what happens is all the insiders, all the people that are holding stock for years, by the time they IPO and they actually go public, their shares become free trading. And what happens is a lot of times people will sell because they don't understand. So they sell, and then it takes the price down. And if you look at Emblem, you'll see that they came public, and I think it was around $4, and then they went all the way down. And now they're climbing back up. And that's why I say you have to sniper trade these stocks, because buying them at IPO may not be the best thing to do. Buying an IPO may not be the best thing to do.
No, not always, I guess, not always. I'm a little concerned about this AppCan too, and although, this AppCan has also been associated with Kronos Group, eh?
No, I apologize. I'm sorry. It's not Emblem Corp. It's another company. Emblem Corp actually IPO'd at $1.55. They went up. Okay. They went up to 381 at the high. Or no, hold on. They did IPO at 381. They IPO'd at 381. Went all the way down to 155. So this is what I mean. Like, the IPO'd, you could see it. It's 52-week high is 381, but it never hit 381. So it opened up at 381, went all the way down to 155, and now it's back up to 243. So it's done a huge pullback, and now it's really started to climb. So you could see the growth here. It's been incredible growth. Right. So sometimes buying an IPO, like I have a friend here, he did an IPO, and he told me, Mr. Katan, what was that, at $4, right?
What?
The IPO. The IPO, the medical marijuana IPO. That
Okay.
yeah, that was
It
at
was
4
originally at $3, and
$3.
now they've done one at $5.50, and now they're doing one at 10.
Yeah, so they did one at $3. Then they did another one at $5.50, and now they're doing another one at $10. So they're doing different rounds of IPOs of fundraising for this company, and it started at $3, then went to $5.50, and now it's at $10. So would I buy that at $10 before it goes public? Probably not. No,
So high.
because when I heard it was at $3, I was like, I'll wait for it to go public. It just seemed ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like you're IPOing at $10 and you're not even public yet. We have no idea what type of operation you have. So
That's ridiculous.
I don't agree with that, and that's why I was like, I'll just wait till they go public. But it might be a mistake. It might go back up. It might go higher. Who knows? It might be a mistake. But I hope for him it is, because I know he put a lot of money in there. But for me, I'd rather it go public and watch it. And really watch it like a hawk. And really just like identify the bottom and position yourself at the bottom and sniper trade it like a ninja, like a sniper, buy low, and then when you see your profit, sell high. And never be afraid of selling at a profit. Like today is a selling day. That's why I sold my Supreme today, because everything was up. So
yeah, but don't you think it's going to go steadily up here, slowly?
well, I sold my Supreme and I bought HMMJ. So
Right.
I sold one and I bought another. It's the same thing.
Well, sure. You know, that was a positive move for sure.
I just like HMMJ. I think overall it's a better company than Supreme. Obviously, it's much bigger. It's got all the big players in it. Supreme as a whole, because of the issues that you've addressed and we've read about, it just concerns me. And that's why I've just kind of decided to stay clear of it.
Yeah. And, you know, I mentioned something there to Mr. Fowler there. You know, can we count on Supreme to do the right thing from here on in? Because, you know, you veered from the road or the path that you were supposed to take, and it's affected you dramatically. I mean, can we count on you, you know, to make good decisions from here on in? Because whoever made that decision, I don't know whose decision it was, but I was pissed because I'm a shareholder. So although you know they call you the owner of the company, I'm just a very 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 small little speck, you know, in the ownership of Supreme. But I'll tell you, as a shareholder, I was pissed, just pissed, you know. So
Yeah, and what do you do when you're pissed? You sell shares, right?
Well, yeah, sure.
Right? So
Well,
that's
again,
the thing, right? For me, it's like as soon as I got my chance, I had to take it and run. So I had my chance. I saw it was up. I made a good profit on it. I took my profit and ran. And I put it into something else that I think has more potential, which is my, you know, which is something I have the option of doing. So why not do it? I mean,
only good thing
go ahead.
Sorry. The only good thing about that Supreme news there that made their stock drop dramatically, the only good thing about that is I sold it when it was higher, and I started as soon as I heard the news, I sold it. And then it went back down to, like, I bought it back. It went down, and so I can't believe, I don't know what it went down to, but I bought it back at $1.30, so now it's up to $1.80 again.
Good
right?
job. So you did great. You did amazing.
Sure, yeah.
You made money twice on it. Great work.
Yeah.
Great sniper trade right there, man. Great sniper trade, Attila. That's great trading. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Learning the trends, learning the tendencies, taking advantage of bad news. When a company has bad news, like Organogram did with pesticides, or Supreme did with, you know, having a bunch of their crops not be able to be usable, those are buying opportunities, because when they're good companies but they had a bad news and the stock tanks, you can sit there and wait as a sniper to the bottom, and if you just get in early and position yourself, you know that these are good companies, they're going to come back up and you can make some really good money. And that's exactly what you did. So you did an amazing job there. You got out, it went down, you bought in again, and now you're up again on the same stock. So that is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I'm talking about, being a sniper and being a ninja.
It was one of the first ones I've ever looked at was Supreme, you know, and I've always been bullish on Supreme. I've always liked Supreme up until the time they had this mishap here with this June thing, and they still haven't recovered from that. I mean, sure, the stock's recovered a little bit, but where's that license?
Well,
Go and see that license.
that's the thing, right? And for me, because I know they don't have the license, I just had no choice, but I had to, I had to get rid of them. That's
And
the
you
way it
know
goes.
what I don't understand is why is it taking so long for Health Canada to give them this their sale license now because of this new? There's absolutely nothing wrong with their product. It seems to be like a punishment that's been deployed by Health Canada because they veered from the norm. So it's almost like they're punishing them for now. And
And that's the thing. I don't want to be punished, and I don't want to be involved in stocks that are being punished. So for me, I would much rather not be in that stock.
sure.
And that's why I did it. But you know what? They're going up today, and they're not a bad company. And I made money on the stock, so I have nothing bad to say about them as a stock. But like I said, I just thought that HMMJ had more value for me personally right now than Supreme Pharmaceuticals. Now I could be wrong. Supreme could go on a massive run. It could go to $4. HMMJ could go down. Anything could happen, right? And anything's possible. It totally could happen. So for me, I still want to own Supreme. I want to own all of these stocks, but right now I had an opportunity. I was up on my Supreme, and I like to keep very simple with my trading strategy: buy low, sell high, and when I'm in the green, sell. And I was in the green today. I was up substantially, and I had to take my profits and run, and that's what I did.
Yeah. So this Green Tree Therapeutics they don't even have their license yet, but they have a cultivation license. So
That's
and
exciting.
they're only 81 cents. I think they're 81 cents today, but you know what? Look at Supreme at $1.80 or whatever it's at today. They're in the same position as this Green Tree Therapeutics because Supreme doesn't have a license to sell either. Well, they got the cultivation license. What says that they're worth $1.80? Because I could buy this Green Tree Therapeutics for 81 cents, less than half the money. You wait a little while till they get their license, boom, they'll double.
And I agree. And that's why I was holding it. But when I heard that they also, had this issue, honestly, I thought it just wasn't something I want to hold when there's so many other things that right now aren't on hold. ACBFF isn't on hold. Organogram isn't on hold. Emblem Corp isn't on hold. So I'd rather just invest in those ones right now.
Yeah, and I've had such a dedication for Supreme that and I can't say they've done me bad.
Yeah, I mean, you've made money twice on it right now. So yeah, it's been very good for you.
I got in pretty low, so
you did really
real low.
You did really, really good getting in at Supreme at what price? 25 cents originally?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I loved hearing that story.
Sure.
I love hearing those stories. Great work.
And
great job.
That's what I'd love to see. That's why I love these companies that when they're smaller and they're just getting started, you might have to wait a little while, but I don't know. It's hard to say what's the better play, right? I mean, this guy who does some roadmap for marijuana millionaires, I mean, he seems to have some kind of he's got this theory where, by these guys who are IPOing and, and he'll send you alerts as when to sell them and buy them. And,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad strategy. If you guys take a look at ICCLF, it just hit $1.12, up 36% today. That one is ICC, Attila, in Canada. It just hit up 36% today. It's at $1.12. It is absolutely on fire. So ICC, Investment Charlie. ICC.
International Cannabis Corporation.
Monster. Just hit up 36% today. It's the number one stock in the Fabulous 17. Hit 36% today. Just finished up strong.
That's a great company too. That's
Absolutely.
A great company.
Absolutely.
They're going to do. Are they not out of Uruguay or something?
I don't know. That's a good question. I do
not know. Look up the company. I'm pretty sure that they're running out of International Cannabis Corporation, although it's I don't know. I know it on the Canadian Stock Exchange. There's probably an American symbol for it too, but
yeah, the American symbol is ICCLF.
Right.
Canadian symbol is ICC.
And like I said, that's the reason I play the Canadian symbols until I top up my TF, my tax-free savings account, right? So
Absolutely.
that's why
Absolutely.
I'm trading in Canadian symbols for now. But once I reach my plateau, I'll be moving on. You know, so
I just don't like how they halt stocks in Canada. It makes me sick. So,
yeah,
it's not cool, and
very frustrating.
they've
Very
got
frustrating.
they've got to find a different way to do it because they kill the stocks, they kill the momentum, they create panic, everybody sells, they force the prices down, they create all
Yeah.
they kill all the liquidity in the stock. It's just stupid. And I don't understand why they do it. I really don't.
You know, that's like I don't know. They're affecting. You know, I've always said let the stocks do what they're going to do. Let the people who are buying them. They're the ones that are making the stocks increase. Let the stock do what it's going to do. You know, if it
I'm
goes,
telling you,
if it
I'm
goes,
convinced that the only reason why they do it is because they want to give people a chance to get in at a lower price.
well, you know,
They draw the price down, allows you to get in at a lower price, position yourself, and then they will let it start to go up slowly. Like if you look at HMMJ, look at the way it's traded. It started up 1% the first day, then it went up 2% the second day, then it went up 3% the third day. Today it's up 9%. If
yeah.
if
See,
this
that's the thing here.
continues, they may halt it. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's crazy. That's just the way it
Well,
is.
not in those. I don't believe they'll halt it with those kind of increments. You know, if
No,
it's only
not
going up nine.
9.2, but because it went up 9.2 today, what happens if it goes up 20% tomorrow and then 30% the next day? Like when that news comes out, you think that's not going to help this stock on Thursday? It's going to go
Yeah.
ballistic. It's going to go
Yeah.
ballistic. So
And
it's going
that's
to
the
help
shame
all
about
these stocks.
The Canadian space. We get a double whammy. Not only do we got like when it comes to the marijuana, you've got Health Canada with their zillion hoops that they make you jump through first, and then you got these people who are manipulating the stock, who halt the stock from when it starts going up. So we got a double whammy here in Canada when it comes to that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, and my thing is, who decides that? Like, why are they playing God with all of our money?
I know.
Why are they allowed
It's
to
almost
play
illegal.
God?
Like,
Why are they allowed to play God with all of our money? Why is that allowed? I don't understand it. I'm just a little bit confused about it.
well,
So,
let's face it, the rich people of the world are the Bilderbergers and the people who run the world and want the world to run the way they want it. They're the ones who seem to be able to manipulate these sort of things, right? And I mean, I don't know. I think there's a bit of a conspiracy, and we'll never really know, right?
well, I think that if you take a look at all the stocks right now that are under $2, $3, they're the ones that are on fire today. PRMCF was up, which is Chronos Group, MJN in Canada, was up 9.58% today. OGRMF, which is at $2.60, was up 12% today. ACBFF, which is at $2.46, was up 17% today. MGWFF, which is at 54 cents today, was up 18% today, which is the lowest one out of all the companies in the ETF. TBQBF was up 24% today. It's at $1.58. EMMBF is at $2.43. It was up 29% today. ICCLF is at $1.12. It was up 36% today. All the smaller stocks are the ones that people are buying. It's pretty obvious.
Right. So what do you think, Rich? In your own mind, what do you think? You think Supreme? What are we waiting for when it comes to Supreme? Obviously, Health Canada to give them their license, and I'll tell you, I've been talking to John Fowler, and he's almost in touch with Health Canada on a daily basis.
Yeah, well, yeah, I bet.
They're getting pissed off with him, calling in and saying, "Hey, what's the deal with the license?" He's making inquiries, and you can bet they're treating him the same way they pretty much treat everybody else. I mean, I've called Health Canada, and they don't tell you very much. You'll get it when you get it. That's about that. All I can get out of them is, it'll happen when it happens, you know. And what bothers me, I feel bad for Supreme in a way that way because, and that's one of the reasons I haven't dumped Supreme yet because I know that John Fowler is doing his best to try and get that license, and yet it's in the hands of Health Canada, so his hands are tied. You know,
Well,
and the only reason I didn't sell Supreme is because it could be any day that they award him that license. So,
yeah, but it
and that's the
also
only
but
I
it
wanted to
also
buy that ICC
I,
today. I wanted to buy that, but I was so afraid of Health Canada issuing them their license that I didn't sell Supreme. I wanted to sell it and buy ICC because it was a great play for today. How much you say it was up? 19% or something?
36%.
Wow. See, I kicked myself in the ass, right? I mean, damned if you do and damned if you don't. And here I am waiting on.
I talked about every one of these stocks on Friday, and every one of them was up today.
I know, but I like that 36%, man. That's
Hell
sweet.
yeah.
Sweet.
Of course, who doesn't?
Lots of popcorn there.
Hell yeah, that's a popcorn moment right there.
You know, so here I am. I have this heart for Supreme. I didn't sell it because I'm simply waiting for this news that Health Canada, and it could be any day that they give me this news. But, you know, I've been waiting for this friggin' news for over 2 months now, so I'm almost like I'm at the end of my wits here, right? And I'm ready to just pack it in with Supreme if something really doesn't happen real soon. But again, you know, Mr. Fowler doesn't seem all that concerned right now because he's looking to the future. And I think Supreme, being in that ETF, is definitely going to be, you know, a force to be reckoned with later on, you know. So he is right that way, but I still think it's no excuse. It's still not an excuse for using the type of nutrient that they did, you know, because it hurt them dramatically. Hello?
Yeah, no, I hear you, Attila. I agree with you. I just don't know. You know, it's a popcorn moment, so I had to throw some popcorn in the microwave right now, and I gotta, you know, digest what's happening today. I think it's very exciting. I like Supreme Pharmaceuticals. It made me money. How could I not like it? But when they have issues and they haven't resolved them, and they don't have a license, they're not my number one pick. I'm in the Fabulous 17. They have to go down near the bottom. That's just kind of the way I think about it. It's the same thing with Canopy Growth Corp. To be quite frank, I own Canopy Growth Corp and I want to get out because I don't like the way it's trading.
I'm surprised you held it this long because, you know, I see it moving up and down here and there, but it's pretty much staying almost pretty much, you know, 10, 11.
I honestly, I don't see any reason why I would want to stay in a stock that doesn't move. It's just, to me, it's just dead money. When I could be putting it into stocks that are moving. Stocks like Aurora Cannabis that I think are going to be $10 stocks. Stocks like Organogram that I think are going to be $10 stocks. I don't need to put money into something that's already a $10 stock. And there's been a lot of words and talk about the fact that they're going to be too expensive, that they have too high of a burn rate, and that they're not going to be profitable. And that concerns me. So I am looking for an exit. I am. And I think a lot of other people are as well. And you can see that. I mean, they were up 6% today, but they were one of the only stocks that were down early in the day. They ended up 6%, which is good, but it's been performing like consistently one of the worst out of the Fabulous 17. So,
what would be your exit point on that right now? Do you have any idea?
well, I don't think it's been able to pass $13 on the Canadian side for a long time. So
no, not for quite some time.
I would like to probably sell around that price because that's kind of the highest I've seen it.
Okay. Did you get in around that price or?
Yeah, I got in too high. You know, I got in way too high. So for me, I'm waiting for it to go back up, and I didn't buy too much of it. So I could have always bought more to lower my average cost, but I just haven't been intrigued with it because I bought it just to buy it. I bought it just to get in, and I haven't really been impressed with it, the way it's performed, to be honest with you. It's just been going down.
Well, there was a point where that stock was doing just fantastic. I mean, when I started watching it at $2, I was too cheap to buy it at $2. Although that was an excellent price to get in on it because I just thought it was too expensive. But meanwhile, they were the number one even then. So, and all I've done is watch it skyrocket to what did it go to? $18. So don't feel bad, Rich, because the guys that got in at 18, they're really kicking themselves in the ass right now.
Oh, don't worry. I don't feel bad. I don't ever feel bad. I just don't want to have my money trapped in dead stocks. It's a popcorn moment. Everything's in the green, guys.
Being able to exit out of something and making some money rather than losing, right?
Well, I will not sell for a loss. It's not my thing. So I always wait. I got no problem waiting. I'm always patient, and I'm always able to sell because I'm able to lower my average cost, accumulate more shares if the stock goes down, lower my average cost, and then wait for a stock to do a dead cat bounce, at which point in time I can exit. So it's not difficult when you guys actually learn to get good at trading stocks, buying low, selling high. And if you do get into a stock too high, you can always just buy more to lower your average cost. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I do not like to just kill my money and take a loss on a stock. That's not my thing.
Well, I think I discussed this with you before. You got to have a strong stomach to trade stocks. You know, emotion plays a really big role in it. You know, I think your advice there, as far as being patient, not freaking out, and selling a stock because it's just dramatically going down. And you need a strong stomach to be into the stock market. So I think everyone, all the listeners out there, should really know that it's not something that you do really need. It's very emotional, and you have to contain your emotions, and you can't freak right out all the time, right, about stocks going down because a lot of times they just go right back up again.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't really get emotional anymore with stocks, and every time I do get emotional, I make mistakes. And that's why I say don't get emotional with stocks, because every time I get emotional, I make mistakes. And I try to share that with you guys, not because some people, why do you share your losses or why do you share your mistakes? Well, that's how you learn. If you can see me make the mistake, hopefully you won't make it for yourself, because when you buy a stock and it goes down, it's horrible. The feeling sucks. You lose money, and your money's stuck. So that's the worst part about it. You can't use your money to make you money because your money is stuck in a stock that has gone down for one reason or another. So when we're able to identify the winners and just really crystallize our thinking and crystallize our focus on the winners and only the winners, then what it does is it eliminates that out of the equation, and now we're just constantly winning, and then that becomes a great feeling. And then that's a feeling that becomes addictive, that you become addicted to, and you don't want to go back to losing. And the only way you can win is if you have a good strategy. Look for companies that have momentum. Look for industries that are hot. Look for companies that are profitable. And these are profitable companies. These medical marijuana companies are going to be cash cows. Some of them already are. Like Canopy Growth Corp made $1 million in a day. That's a cash cow. So these are huge companies that have huge potential. Massive potential. And I love them all. I love them all. I just love some more than others. I love them all. I just love some more than others. Collectively, go ahead.
When you say loving some more than others, I think that changes too.
Of course it does.
Company is not always the same as a month ago.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Supreme Pharmaceuticals, I loved it. I was watching it. I bought it. I made money on it. I sold it today. I love the deal. But, like you said, you fall in and out of love with stocks. Yeah. Just like how I talk about stocks are like dating. You fall in and out of relationships just like you fall in and out of love with stocks. Yeah. Just like you get to know a person, you get to know a stock inside and out. And then eventually when you don't like what you see, you have to move on.
Yeah. You fall out of love.
You fall out of love. All right, guys. Attila, thank you for joining us, my friend. You are always a pleasure. We love having you on the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about, my friend? What's going on this Monday? Anything else you want to talk about? Any other stocks you want to talk about? Our topic today is marijuana stocks. It is the green rush. So, anything else you want to talk about when it comes to marijuana stocks?
I don't know. There's not much else to say. They're all up.
I know.
You know, so I mean, what can you say, right? All of them are up. But again, I wish I would have. I made that. You should really look at that company. Look up International Cannabis Corporation. That's. I think they're out of Uruguay. I think check it out. I believe that's the one country that's fully legal now. And I think they plan on getting involved with international, trading of marijuana now. There's lots of countries that they can. They're in Europe. There's lots of people out there that they can do business with. Now I don't know. Do you know anything about what's going to happen here in the future when it comes to?
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with ICCLF because for some reason it's pulling up that it's in the gray market. So I don't know why it's pulling up that it's in the gray market.
Well, it could be because it operates out of Uruguay. I'm not sure.
Weird.
But
has no information. Has no information on it. So I don't know why.
Google the company. Google International Cannabis Corporation. Google it.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me check out on Stockhouse. ICC. International Cannabis Corp. Wow, their chart is incredible. From 75 cents all the way up to $1.45. It's up 100. It's up 100% since last week, guys. Look at that chart. Look at that chart. Oh wow!
I lost focus on that because I've been emotionally stuck on Supreme, and I got to get that money.
You got, and that's what I say. We can't get emotional when we're buying stocks, people. Yeah. This is the huge mistake we all make as humans. This is why humans can't trade good. This is why 98% of humans don't win on trades, including myself when I make mistakes.
Devoted to Supreme, and I let this opportunity slip through my fingers because if I would have known it did that well in the last month, I would have sold Supreme no problem. Yeah, look at this. The government of Uruguay announced that recreational cannabis users can commence registering with the National Registry System on May 2nd, 2017. The government of Uruguay also announced that it was expected that sales of recreational cannabis would commence in July 2017 through registered pharmacies. Wow, this is massive. Hold on. Let me read this. Uruguay is on the cusp of becoming the first country to implement a nationally recognized recreational cannabis regime. We have seen the progression of this legalization and the impact it has had globally on our countries and that are now considering similar recreational cannabis regimes, committed Guillermo Del Monte, Chief Executive Officer of ICC. We are very excited about being pioneers in the recreational cannabis industry while we continue to develop the company's plans to become one of the world's largest and lowest cost producers of CBD and byproducts for medicinal purposes. Currently, ICC has 200 kilograms of recreational cannabis in stock at its 70,565 square foot greenhouse facilities. At full capacity, these facilities will allow the company to produce up to 10 tons per year. Wow. You have to remind me that. Now I got to chub on all over again.
Oh my God. Hold on. ICC continues to work closely with the government of Uruguay to ensure the successful rollout of the recreational cannabis regime in July 2017. Wow. Yeah. Wow. This is huge. This is why it's up 36%. My goodness.
Rich, it's just not Canada and the U.S. anymore. It's the entire friggin' world is getting it on the marijuana bandwagon, okay?
Oh, hell yeah. Of course they are. It's happening in Germany. It's already happened in Portugal. It happened a long time in Portugal. It happened in Holland a long time ago, obviously. It's happening in Australia. It's happening in Israel. It's happening everywhere because people are seeing, hey, this is making money. It's getting people out of debt. So why wouldn't they jump on the bandwagon? They'd be stupid not to. It's the green gold rush, people. It's the green gold rush, people.
Yep, it's happening.
It's incredible. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Dream come true. I've been waiting for this kind of an opportunity for 20, 30 years now, Rich, because this kind of opportunity to the average human being is, you're never going to probably see this in our lifetime again. How many opportunities come along like this in a lifetime?
And that's why I said to myself, I'm not going to miss this boat.
No. You just stay on that boat, you know. You just make
I'm getting on.
whatever, but
I'm getting on, and I want all of the Fabulous 17 in my portfolio.
Eating lots of popcorn for years.
Oh yeah, I want all 17 in my portfolio. I'm telling you guys right now. And any company that gets added to the ETF, I'll add them to my portfolio as well. I'm going to make a commitment to it.
What? That's just the start, because that ETF, that group is going to only get bigger, especially when they were talking about the recreational play. When that's actually announced, we'll see what that ETF starts doing once this announcement comes across here on Thursday, and then other marijuana, because the recreational bill will be pretty much cut in stone then, and that's what people are waiting for. And I think you're going to see this ETF. You're going to see a lot of other big recreational players. I wouldn't doubt if that ICC, International Cannabis Corp, becomes part of that ETF.
Oh, it's already part of it.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't sure if they were. Wasn't sure if they were a part of it or not.
Oh yeah, it's in their news. If you go to their news,
nice.
It's right in their news.
Read some of the older articles, because I love to read what company. I love to read about the old news and how people got.
Here it is. Let me read it to you. ICC, International Cannabis Corporation, included in first medical marijuana ETF. 4 days ago, April 6th, ICC, International Cannabis Corp, TSX Venture, ICC, or the company, is pleased to announce that it has been included in the Horizons Medical Marijuana Life Sciences ETF, TSX, HMMJ. The company represented approximately 2.1% of the index weight as at market close of April 5th, 2017. The establishment of the first medical marijuana ETF is an important milestone for the cannabis industry as a whole, and specifically for ICC. In a fast-changing industry, we believe this ETF is a significant vote of confidence for this up-and-coming asset class, commented Guillermo Del Monte, Chief Executive Officer of the company. As a producer of the cannabis with operations outside of Canada, being included in the ETF serves as another layer of credibility for the company. Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
For sure, yeah.
Isn't that what I was talking about? How the ETF is incubating these 16 companies, and how the 16 companies are incubating the ETF? It is a perfect storm. Amazing.
That ETF is going to be worth, I don't know, I can't even speculate.
I love this company.
What that
I love this
is going to
company.
be worth one day. But I'll tell you, the way they're going, and the way the marijuana space is going, I see that ETF being just an amazing stock to hold.
Oh, that's why I bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had to. I'm not going to be on this show every day and watch it go up in my face. I can't do that.
Like me, you know, I have this heart for Supreme. You know, it's my first baby kind of thing. You know.
Stop being emotional, my friend. Don't be emotional. Do not be emotional with stocks.
And like I said, the only reason I've held on to it, Rich, is because I've been waiting for them to. I know that John Fowler is talking to Health Canada every day, bothering them, and I don't know when they're going to come out. And I don't know who decides this or how long it takes for them to decide all this, but I think it's all a bunch of bullshit to begin with. They're manipulating the market as far as I'm concerned. I've
Hell yeah.
said that about Health Canada has their favorites too.
Hell yeah, of course they do.
You know, so.
Don't think that people aren't, bribing people under the back door. Through the back door, here and there,
I'm sure we'll never hear about that kind of information, but I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff going on, like you say, out the back door or behind closed doors.
Yeah, because if you look at it, International Cannabis Corp right there, they have a $25 million market cap. Emblem Corp has a $113 million market cap. So
Wow.
Emerald Health has a $63 million market cap. Maple Leaf Green World has a $57 million market cap. So based on this, ICC is overvalued. Based on those numbers. Aurora Cannabis has a $588 million market cap. So based on these numbers, Aurora Cannabis is undervalued. It's at $246. Look at Organigram.
You make a really good point there for your listeners too. You know, they should be listening to what you're saying right now here because, you know, like you said, ICC is considered to be over. You know,
based on the market cap. Like when I like to put this list together so I can look at the market cap. Okay, Afira Inc. has a $736 million market cap. It's at $630. Okay, if we look at TWMJF, Canopy Growth Corp, they have a $1.24 billion market cap, and they're at $8.
Yeah.
So they're really undervalued right now, actually. And if you look at
which one?
Aurora Cannabis, Canopy Growth Corp.
Okay, Aurora.
Canopy Growth Corp. Aurora Cannabis is undervalued massively. It has a $588 million market cap. It's only at $2.46. Organigram is at $2.60. It has a $227 million market cap.
And you must know what Aurora Sky is, right? Aurora Sky is their future.
So look at this. Look at this. Hear me out. So check this out. Zynerba Pharmaceuticals, ZYNE, has a $347 million market cap. It's at $24. Aurora Cannabis has a $588 million market cap, and it's at $2.46.
You know, how do they come up? You know, I don't know how they come about that. You know, like that.
Well, it's based on the shares. So it's the share price calculated by the amount of the share price calculated by the amount of shares out. So that's how they determine the market cap. So based on a lot of these numbers, some of these stock prices are out of whack.
Oh, for sure. That's why I say, you know, I can't see why you know some of these companies do what they do and how they're valued, right? And so, and you know, I like this international.
Well, look at this. Look at this. You'll be interested to know that Supreme Pharmaceuticals market cap is actually quite high. It is $226 million for a stock at $1.41.
Yeah.
It's quite high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Too high?
For them, yeah. Absolutely it is. Which tells me that
somebody doesn't have a license, right?
That's right. So I think they're overvalued. I'm telling you. So be careful. This is why I sold it. That's why I sold it. You know what I mean? Because this is what's going to happen. These companies, the best ones, are going to separate themselves from the worst.
Yeah.
A lot of people are buying ICCLF because of the fact that of that news. That news is huge news. So I get it, but it may be a little bit overvalued. So you may see this get corrected. It may continue to go up. These numbers don't always tell the true story. But what will happen eventually is, in Canada specifically, is they'll halt the stock. If they see these things, like, that's exactly what they did to Canopy Growth Corp. It went up to $17, and once they felt that it was overvalued, they had to halt the stock. They halted the stock, brought it all the way down.
When they halt the stock there, Rich, do the Canadian, when the Canadian symbol gets halted, does the American symbol also get halted too?
Yes.
I figured as much. You know, I don't think they'd let the American side keep running high if they halt the Canadian side, right?
Which is why I talked about Kush. Which is why I talked about Kush Bottles, KSHB, because it's one that you don't have to worry about halting because it's an American company.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
Like I said to you earlier, there the problem with the American company is they're all restricted as to how much space they can grow out of. I mean, we're kind of restricted here in Canada too, but at least we get, you know, we get graduated. We graduate to the growing space eventually with Health Canada, right? But out there in the States, right now, from what I understand, these companies that are all, you know, they might be able to open dispensaries here and there and whatever, but as far as where they're getting the source of the marijuana that they're getting, and they only have so much growing space. and that's the only amount of growing space they're allowed to have, unless Trump turns around and starts to loosen the regulations on all of this stuff, right? And on all of industry, that's what he's talking about, is loosening up all the business regulations, right?
Absolutely. It's interesting.
So if that were to ever happen, out in the States, you could bet that's when you start, when they start allowing them to grow. Look at Aurora Sky. That's going to be a state-of-the-art, 1 million square foot state-of-the-art marijuana grow operation. So they got some, some pretty ambitious strides to take, right? I mean, and that's what they're planning on doing is, I don't know how much money that's going to cost them, but that's a lot of 1 million square feet of growing space. Think about it.
I think that they're going to be a cash cow and a money-making machine.
That's 18 football fields.
They have a market cap of $588 million. I personally think they should be trading at $5 right now.
Yeah, they're undervalued.
And I think these guys are the next guys to go onto the TSX. These guys on Organogram, to me, are the next ones, and Chronos Group are the next 3 that you see that join the TSX.
Yeah. And I really like that Chronos Group because they operate out of they do something in the States too, right?
Oh yeah, they got lots of licenses. They're doing a really good job, those guys.
Yeah, they're out in one of the states there that I know that they've got their hooks into over there. So I think like
Chronos Group market cap is $301 million, and they're priced at $2.57.
Yeah, and they say the guys that are going to really go, they say that this dried marijuana, the recreational space and everything, it's a great thing, but they say eventually the real money is going to be made in the bio and the medical marijuana space because they're coming up with new stuff all the time.
Well, I mean, take a look at just look at GW Pharma. GW Pharmaceuticals. We're at $117. I mean, they are the leader in the ETF.
Sure.
And they're at $117. So and they have a $2.88 billion market cap. So all the other companies are chasing GW Pharmaceuticals. But what I don't understand is how come Canopy Growth Corp with a $1.24 billion market cap is at $8? And GW Pharma with a $2.88 billion market cap is at $117. I believe Canopy Growth Corp is undervalued. Based on these metrics that I'm looking at, based on just looking at all the market caps and trying to analyze them and evaluate them, I think Canopy Growth Corp may be undervalued. And I never actually noticed this before till now. But looking at it right now and comparing it to all the other companies in the ETF, I believe they may be undervalued. And I'm actually looking at the ETF. The ETF is valued at a 10.84 million market cap. So it's just a baby. It's the smallest one. It's the smallest out of all the companies on here, even though it's priced at $10. It only has a $10.8 million market cap. So do you know how much this is going to grow?
Oh yeah, there's still lots of room there.
It's only got a 10 million market cap. Like, this is going to go to probably $100.
Yeah. And who's that again you're talking about?
HMMJ. They have a 10 million.
Yeah.
They have a
long way to go for that.
10.84 million dollar market cap and $11.84.
Wow.
Crazy.
See, that's something you just buy like you did and just hang on to it because I think it's going to do nothing but keep going up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Especially when they start adding other companies to people like in the recreational space, because apparently originally they said, and I think they said this about the American ETF that hasn't started yet, but they're saying it's going to be a group of nothing but medical marijuana growers.
Yeah, I heard it's a group of 69 companies, I heard.
Yeah, it hasn't started yet. I remember.
No, they've already filed. They've already filed with the SEC. I saw the documentation.
I don't know when.
They filed with the security. they filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission to create their own ETF in America, and they said there were 69
Okay, I
producers.
did read that.
Yeah, there's
I did
69
read that,
producers
so
that are part of it. So I thought that was great news.
We're just waiting for them to IPO, right?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a monster. It's going to be a
And,
monster.
there's some. I think so too. Like I told you about that one company called Pharmasite. They're doing, and they're just specifically concentrating. Although they're working with the cannabinoids from marijuana to combat cancers, pancreatic cancers, and diabetes. And I told you before that Johnson and Johnson and JW Pharmaceuticals have got their eyeballs on that company right now. So they're only 10 cents right now. That company, but I'll tell you that they've got a couple patents already, and I think this is a company, Pharmasite, that's really going to go just bananas when they actually this. I think they're in some kind of trial right now with actual patients. So I think the result of that, I think that we're waiting a couple more months before the results come out from that. But I keep getting, I'm on their mailing list, and they keep sending me stuff, and everything just keeps looking promising. I've never heard any negative information about them yet.
Wow.
So
That's good.
You should look up that company there, Pharmasite, and see what they're doing and the strides they're making. Read up on the patents they have. I think they're just kind of really protecting themselves for later on when these trials come to fruition and they actually get a real product on the market that's going to cure pancreatic cancer. It's amazing what they do. It's just amazing. This cell in a box technology that they got, and that's patented also.
Wow.
That's going to be that you should read up on that Pharmasite, PMCB.
I will. PMCB.
Read about the company and what they're doing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, you know what? One of the callers in the room, subscribers, told us that he got in at 20 cents and it went all the way down. So he was a little bit concerned. So that's why I just kind of PMCB.
It went to where?
Apparently he got in when it was at 20 cents, and it went down
that
to.
That had to be over a year ago.
Yeah, like that's what he's saying. I mean, we don't never know what is the truth, but he's saying that he got in.
Look at the chart on that. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Look at the chart. Look up the chart on that and go back as far as you can. I don't think it's. I've never seen it at 28.
I think he said 20. I think he said he got it. No. He said. I think he said.
Watching it when it was 3 cents.
He said it was at.
It went up as high as 15, and then it came back down, and it's been just kind of holding at 10 now.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll definitely look at it. For today's show, the topic is marijuana stocks, so I really want to just focus on those today. But I'll definitely be looking at PMCB and all the other stocks that are out there. But we really want to just focus on the marijuana stocks today.
They're actually using marijuana for what they're doing. So the DVDs,
oh wow,
that's what they're working with.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. Beautiful. So we'll definitely.
Read up about them. I'll tell you. You read up about what they're doing and the cell in the box technology. They're actually using these DVDs, and they're having tremendous success with these patients that have inoperable pancreatic cancer, and they've actually shrunk these tumors on some of these patients where they can actually now be operated on. The stuff that they're doing is going to blow your mind. I really encourage you to read up on this Pharmasite and what they're doing. They're working with people from Australia. They're working with someone with they have now a laboratory in Philippines, I believe it is.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly, but I'm telling you this company, this is one of these companies that I don't know. I got a prediction. I think this is going to blow people away when they actually come out with their clinical 3 trials and they've actually, the FDA gives them approval. You watch that stock go bananas.
Well, we will be. We'll watch it. Absolutely. Yeah. We'll be watching it closely. It's definitely on my watch list or definitely on my radar. I'll keep my eye on it. I didn't know they were marijuana stocks, so I actually thought they were just a pharmaceutical company. So now that you're telling me that they're a pharmaceutical company working with marijuana stocks, now I understand the power of this deal. So I'll definitely be looking at it carefully.
That's what they're using. That's what you really got to read up on what they've done, because some of the stuff that these people who've been treated with, what is it that they do with these cancer patients when they go through that chemotherapy?
Yeah.
The withdrawals, and the stuff that they go through after the chemotherapy.
Yes.
The stuff that Pharmasite's been doing with the patients have had zero reaction from the what was it there that I was saying about the chemotherapy. They've been having zero negative results from the chemotherapy because of their use of this cell in the box technology that's working with the CBDs, and they introduce it into the body. It's amazing what they do. You really got to read what Pharmasite does. I think it's just amazing what they're doing.
Well, I just pulled up their news. They actually had a news today. Let's read it. PMCB, a clinical stage biotechnology company focused on developing targeted treatments for cancer and diabetes using its signature live cell encapsulation technology, Cell in a Box, today announced that its research partner, the University of Northern Colorado, UNC, has made significant progress with Pharmasite's cannabis research program. Of note, a parental cell line identical to that being used in Pharmasite's Cell in a Box, infosfamate pancreas, say that again?
Ifosfamide, isn't it?
Ifosfamide, yes. Ifosfamide pancreas cancer therapy is being utilized to develop a therapy for cancer using cannabinoids as the chemotherapy agent. Well, I think that's pretty huge news. I think this is the type of thing I'm talking about, and this is why I love working with you guys as a community, and this is the power of YouTube and having live streaming and how we can share information in real time. It's impossible for me to read all the news on 10,000 different companies, but when I have someone like you, Attila, to tell me, hey, take a look at this company, read the news. Sometimes I can't read the news, but if you can read it for me and you can make me aware of it, then I can make the people at home aware. I can bring it to their attention. So that's the beauty and the power of our platform, is that we can share this information, share this news in real time, and then I can catch up and try to figure out what's going on with the majority of the companies, because when you're watching 10,000 stocks, it's impossible for one person to read up on every single stock.
Yeah, no kidding. It was a fluke that it was just a fluke that I ran into Pharmasite, because I was doing research on marijuana and the DVDs, and this Pharmasite company kind of got mentioned, which led me to Google a company, and then I started to learn about, we started to read all their news from even a year ago, and the kind of the leaps and bounds that this company is making in regards to the pancreatic cancer and and not other cancers. They want to get involved in other cancers too. Some of the news releases that these people have released is that's what really catches my eye. When I read something that makes a really big positive difference in human life, and those are the companies I keep an eye on, those kind of companies, because they're going to change the lives of millions of people.
I think the biggest problem this company has, I'm going to be quite frank, is there's too many shares outstanding. There's 875 million shares outstanding. And that is the problem. There's too many toxic sellers in this deal. That's what's killing this deal. Right here.
Yeah.
875 million shares issued and outstanding that are held by people that are selling. And this is the reason why this has got a brick wall at 10 cents and why it's not moving. There's also 1.4 billion shares authorized. 1.4 billion shares authorized. Why do you need so many shares, people? If you guys need help, if you're PMCB and you need help structuring your company, call us. We can help you. We can fix this. This is a mess here. This is the problem. Yeah. And if they had less shares issued and outstanding and had less shares authorized and even lowered their par value and made it a little bit more of a cleaner, better looking company, the stock price would go up.
Yeah. I got involved. Like, and I don't know, is it possible because they have that many outstanding shares? Do you see them going to kind of a reverse stock split or
Well,
something?
yeah, I mean that's probably what's going to happen if they continue. Like they have a market value of $82 million because remember I told you guys how do you determine the market cap? Share price times the amount of shares, right? Thus, they have a
That's,
10.
that's
They have,
great that you're sharing this information.
they have a
So,
10 cents. They have a 10-cent share price, okay, and they have $82 million market value. So if you move the share price over one decimal, that takes you to an outstanding shares of 875 million. If you times that by 10 cents, you get 87 million, which is just over the 82,300,000 because we're not at 10 cents, it's at 9 cents. So that's how you figure out the market value. It's shares issued out times your share price. So when you see a company's market cap really, really high and their share price is really low, you know they have too many shares out.
what's the formula?
It's market value, sorry, it's outstanding shares times share price.
Okay.
So if you get it's outstanding shares of 875 million and you times that by 10 cents, you get 87 million. So that's why this is a great example to show you guys how to determine the market cap. And you can see if companies are overvalued or undervalued based on their market cap. And if the market cap is really high and the share price is really low, you know that they have too many shares.
Right. That's a good point you make there, Rich.
And when they have too many shares, that's too many sellers. Typically, those are people that are hiring, that are taking on some type of toxic funding. And those funders are sitting there selling shares on the offer. They're sitting there selling shares consistently, knocking the price down. They're sitting there with this market maker, WDCO, which I believe is Wilson and Davis. And they're sitting there with Wilson and Davis and they're just selling, 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 selling. That's why the price doesn't go up. Because they have toxic sellers that might be lending them money at 5 cents and then selling at 10 cents. And if they pull out, what's a million shares at 10 cents? It's 100 grand a day. So $100,000 a day is being pulled out of this market. That's $500,000 a week. That's $2 million a month. That's 2.4. That's $24 million a year that's being pulled out of this market. That's why these toxic funders exist. And that's why these companies, it's too tempting not to take their money. But what they do is they sell their souls to the devil. They take the money from the toxic funders, then the toxic funders sit here on the offer and they force the price down.
Wow. That's a really good point you make, Rich.
This is the problem with these penny stocks that people don't understand and the reason why they go down. Which is why I don't like to buy penny stocks. I like to get them for free.
Yeah.
I like to get them for free. People should be giving them to us to go get on our show. And we'll help them create exposure. Because our channel's growing. All of our channels are growing. All of our social media platforms are growing. Our app is growing. We are growing exponentially. And we will continue to grow because we have the real information. We tell people the truth. And we're going to continue to educate and teach people and have you guys learn new things because we're learning every day ourselves. And whatever we learn, we want to share the information with you, the people at home, and the subscribers, the people that are part of this community, because that's what's making our community so strong is the ability to share information in real time. The ability you today, Attila, to tell us what's going to happen on Thursday and how that's going to be affecting all of these marijuana stocks greatly. The fact that you're talking to us about the fact that Supreme Pharmaceuticals is going to graduate to the TSX venture from the CNSX, that's also huge news. If I knew that, I might not have sold my shares today, to be honest with you.
Right.
If I knew that before, you told me after I sold. If I knew before I sold, I might not have sold my shares because that could affect, it's a whole new marketplace. So of course, that could affect the stock and the stock could go up. But what do you do? Can't win them all.
There's more opportunity to make some money when you're buying, a $1.80 stock versus an $11 stock, right?
Of course.
But I think there's more opportunity to make money with that smaller valued stock, right?
If the smaller valued stock is a powerhouse company. If the smaller stock,
today, no?
if the small,
Supreme went up
Yeah, Supreme did well today. It went up 9% today. You're right. No, it
There
did
you
well
go.
today. Don't get me wrong. They all did. They all did.
Yeah.
You know, ICC was up 31.9%. Organogram was up 12.2%. Chronos Group was up 9.6%. HMMJ was up 9.2%. ACBFF was up 17.1%. Like they're all up. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
ICLF
I
I
would
see
love to jump on that International Cannabis Corp. That would have been a nice little quick money maker for today.
up 36%, EMMBF up 29%, TBQBF up 24%, MGWFF up 18%. I mean, these are all up more than Supreme. Supreme was up 8%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's near the
Well,
bottom.
I don't know. I think they might have lost a lot of interest. You know, I think people are going with the more reputable companies now, maybe, and maybe that's why they didn't go up as much. But let's face it, they don't have a license. So that's a shame. I hate laughing about it, but the fact is they'd be much farther ahead if they would have had that license when they should have got it. They were inspected in January.
Yeah, and that's concerning. Like I said, that's concerning for me, and one of the major reasons why I decided to sell the stock today. Not that I don't like the company, I don't know. Here's one actually. Hey guys, here's one that I want you guys to add to your watch list. It was given to me by a subscriber that's on our channel. Take a look at RNN. It's on the Amex, Rexon Pharmaceuticals, RNN.
It went up nice today.
1.7%. It was up more. It was up more. It was up more. It was at 72, 73 cents, but it kind of came down near the end. It traded a lot of volume, though. This is what I talk about, guys. Toxic funders. 14.7 million shares traded today on RNN. So there may be some serious toxic sellers involved in this deal. That's a lot of volume for a stock to only go up 1.7%.
Well, that's a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers. Right?
That's right. But I mean, what are you selling for? It's only up 1%. Unless you're a toxic funder.
Right.
Because if you're a toxic funder, you're buying the stock at a major discount. You're buying it at least a 50% discount. So you're getting it at 30 cents. So you don't care if it goes up 1% because you're selling and making a 50% return. Because when you see 14 million shares trade at 67 cents, it's $7 million that went through the stock today. It's substantial. And it only goes up 1%. There's a lot of sellers in this deal. Don't kid yourselves. It's true.
I find that to be a disappointing number, right?
I think so too, and that tells me that there's sellers in this deal, so be careful. Buyer beware.
Yeah.
I like the volume. I like the price. I like the industry it's in. I just don't like the fact that it moved 1% on 14 million shares. That's worrisome. Like, why? What's going on there?
Yeah.
All right, Attila. Thank you, my friend, for joining us. We've been live for 2 hours, buddy.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. So.
It's always great talking to you, Rich.
Yeah, I love talking to you, Attila, man. It's always fun, bud. Time flies when we're having fun, right?
I always pick up some useful information every time I speak with you, so.
I really appreciate it, man. Well, you know what? Likewise. Myself and all the listeners, we love getting you on the show. You have a wealth of knowledge, and I know you love the marijuana stocks. And today's topic is marijuana stocks, the green gold rush.
Yeah, let's just keep mining that marijuana because it's got a long way to go still.
Hell yeah, we be making money, my friend. And thank you for joining us today. Have yourself a great day. Let's stay in touch. If there's any other news or updates with anything, feel free to call me. We'll get you right back live on the show, even later this week if you like.
Everyone wants to, so we'll always be in touch, Rich.
Absolutely, my friend. Have yourself a great day. Thank you for being a part of the show today, and have yourself a great day and continue to win, my friend.
Thank you. You as well. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Cheers. All right, guys. You guys got a chance to hear from Attila directly yourselves. It's a popcorn day. The sun is starting to come out here in Vancouver, and that never happens. So what do? We play some music. We enjoy our winning. We eat some popcorn. Get your popcorn ready, baby. We're winning, and we're going to keep winning. We love us, the medical marijuana stocks. I'm going to put it back up here again for you guys to watch. I'll refresh it one more time with all the winners. Here it is, the medical marijuana winners of the day. I'm going to blow it up for you guys. Look at this. That's the Fabulous 17. You heard it here first on Rich TV Live. We brought it to you before anybody else on the planet because we're winners. Who's watching? Because if you're watching, you're winning. Make sure you like and subscribe. We love you, YouTube. Without you, YouTube, none of this is possible. And make sure you download the app. We've got a stock room. We've got an entertainment room. We got a stocks education room. We are growing every single day, and we're not going to stop. Visit Rich TV Live. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that like down below and comment on the show. Because all I do, here's the evidence, is bring you winners. Onward and upward, people. Have a great day. And thanks for watching. Bye. All this damn popcorn. Who wants some popcorn? Who wants popcorn? Popcorn for everyone! Peace! Keep winning!